ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು, ತುಂಬ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರೋ ಒಂದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ರಾಜರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ವೈಭವ ತೋರಿಸುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೋಗಿದ್ರು. ಏನಂತ, ಒಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು.
ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ಅವರು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬಂದು ನಾನಿವತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಸೊ ಸರ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸಾರು ಕೂಡ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಗೆ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಶೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇವತ್ತು. ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಇದು ಏನು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಪಕ್ಕ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಎಪಿಸೋಡು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೇಯ್ನ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಇದೇನೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇದು ಮೃದುಲಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಕೇಸು ನಾವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾನು ಸರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅವರು ಪೂರ್ವ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಅವರು ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೀರೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ರೀಬರ್ತ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಈಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ್ಮದ್ದು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಪತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನೂ ಇದೆ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನೂ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರದ್ದೊಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಿನಿಮಾಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಇದು ರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಇದು ರಿಯಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ನನಗೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರ ಇವತ್ತು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ನಾನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವೀಗ ಯಾರು ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮೃದುಲಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು.
ಸೊ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಬರ್ತ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತಾವೇ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮನ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳಿ ಅವನ್ನು ನಾವು ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಫೂಲ್ ಪ್ರೂಫಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳು ಅಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೀವನ್ಸನ್ನು 6,000 ಕೇಸಸ್ನ ಅವನು ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅವನ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವರ್ಜಿನಿಯಾ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 3,000 ಕೇಸ್ ಅವನು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಒಂದು ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ಕೇಸ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಕಥೆಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅಂಥ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ನೀವು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಬನ್ನಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈಗ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಆ ಎಮ್ಮನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೂಲಕನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈ ಕೇಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಕಾಮನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಗೆ ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸು.
ಸೂಪರ್. ಒಂದು ವೀಕ್ಷಕರನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇನೆಂದರೆ, ಅವರು ಹಿಂದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಜನಿಸಿದ್ದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫು. ಸೊ ಈಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೇ ಜನಿಸಿದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಹಿಂದಿ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂದಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೇ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ನ ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಅವರು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಕೂರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರದ್ದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ನೋಡಿ
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ಸೊಳ್ಳು ಪೊಳ್ಳು ಜೊಳ್ಳು ಅಂತ ಜನಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬರೀ ಪೇಪರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಇದು, ಅದು ನಿಜನೋ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಬರ್ತ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೇಸು ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆಗಡೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೃದುಲಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವರು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅದ್ರ ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕೆಲವುದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವರು ಹಿಂದಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಈಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ವರ್ಸ್ಡ್. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಈಗ ನಾವೊಂದು ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ದಾಖಲೆ ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಕೇಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಜನಗೆ ರಿಯಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದರ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಅವರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಯು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ enlighten the humanity that rebirth is a true and it is also scientific, and for that they want many evidences. Your life story in the past and present life. You please now first tell your present life, and then how you remembered, and then how you contacted your past life father, mother, why you are expired in the past life, when all those things whatever you are remembering at that time, in that order you please educate our society.
Sir, you've given me the order to start from this life.
Yes.
But I have been telling my story starts from my past life when I was dying.
You are all right.
People ask me, how did you remember? Now, why I remembered was because my mother knew I'm dying and she asked me to come back.
Come back. Okay, very good.
So I start from there.
Yes, then it is very nice.
I had cancer, suffering from cancer.
At what age?
Between 23 and 24.
24.
Because I died at 24.
At that time, what you were doing?
I was studying MA.
Studying in MA in Hindi. Now you tell the location.
Yes, it was in Banaras Hindu University. I was studying.
So you were born in which place?
I was born in Dehradun.
Uttarakhand. What was your father and mother?
My father was a zamindar. And my mother, of course, by virtue of getting married there, she became the Sethani. And she was a highly educated person from, she had done her studies in Hathras Gurukul, Sanskrit.
Her good name?
She was Sethani
Satyavati, okay.
My father was Seth Ramkishore.
Seth Ramkishore.
Yes. So now what they did, father of course had to look after his properties.
Yes.
And my mother was pulled out of her home by the freedom workers who were working for freedom. And she was, of course, they utilized her capabilities to the hilt. So she was president of Arya Samaj, president of Mahila Ashram, and Sarvodaya and all those. This is like, on all the other women.
Yes.
Now people don't understand how empowered those women were. But I have grown up within them now, this life also.
How big was your estate? This thing?
It was, fathomless. You can't say how big it was.
More than 40 miles.
To say estate is a very small thing. They had jungles, 40 miles of jungles one
Jungles
side.
Also.
The other side. And they were so big that they fed the British Army for 6 months.
6 months?
6 months they fed. One side they were working towards freedom, but the other side they fed the army.
In your that jungle and estate, rather big estate, elephants were also there.
Elephants were there. There were 6 elephants at home also. There were tigers at home. My chacha.
Tigers also.
My chacha had kept them. They were shikaris, though.
Shikari.
Now you can't. That was a game for them.
Yes.
So now you can't say it doesn't sound good because government has also put restrictions. And we can't kill
any animal.
But that time it was such. And my father was a very good shikari, and he always...
Shikari means hunter. Hunter. Okay. Because when they are in jungle, naturally they must possess a weapon. Okay.
No, they did not live in jungle. They lived in a posh brick house in Dehradun. And there were havelis and all. Those havelis, you know, where the elephant, the entrance was so huge. So that the elephant can come in with the howdah on top.
Okay.
You know, such huge entrances were there.
Okay.
And it was like a small township inside.
Then, how, as a child, you are educated there? What all you are made study up to?
Actually, whatever I would be speaking to you, some things I remember now also. That day when I met them, when I went to the house and all. But I used to get jittery when my parents, my mothers, both the mothers, would speak to anyone, would give the story to others. I didn't like it. So it wasn't very openly told in front of me, but whatever I heard, that little bit I can tell you.
Because at the time you were a child.
I was a child also.
And something fun is going on between past life.
People coming and touching my feet and putting garlands and saying Devi, Devi and all. It's little child. You can't.
Naturally.
I had come here for my parents.
It also happened in case of Santi Devi of Delhi. So, and Mathura, she was past life, she was born in Mathura, then in Delhi.
Okay.
Our Rashtra Pitamaha Gandhi, after coming to know about all these things, so he a committee was formed through him, and most of the committee members are judges and parliamentarians. They went and investigated. At that time, the people came to know that that girl is remembering past life. There also they are going. So many people were going to their feet and putting her garland, all those things. So okay, now continue.
So I had to start why I remembered. So I was dying. They brought me back. They had taken me to Bombay, the Tata Memorial Hospital. There they said, no, nothing can be done now. She is going to die. So they used to say, my parents used to say, bijli zyada ho gayi thi, which I think radiation, you know, they over-radiated me.
And also metastasis, we say.
Okay.
That is, it spread throughout the body. It is called metastasis. Okay.
So they knew now she's going to die. And 15 days before my death, I stopped speaking too. And I didn't like to talk to anyone. I told my mother, "Meri vritti kharab mat karo." You understand that? My vritti.
Vritti.
You know? So, like, I'm going. Don't involve me in this world.
So you, at that time, you came to know that you are going up. Okay.
So one Swamiji was appointed who used to read Upanishad shlokas for me.
Daily.
Yes.
Okay.
And daily one Mali used to come with flowers to my room. So my mother said that a time of anguish, she said, "Tum ja rahi ho, aa jana. You're going. You must come back."
ಆಗ ಅವ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿ ಲವ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಗಳು ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಗಳೇ ನೀನು ಹೋಗಬೇಡ ನೀನು ಬಾ ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
So I did okay, like I moved my head.
So
everyone is born.
Yes. And ಅವ್ರ ಮದರು ಮಗಳೇ ನೀನು ಹೋಗಬೇಡ ಇನ್ನು ಬದುಕಿರು ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ yes mommy you are telling. Okay.
Didn't speak, but I moved
but only nodding the head. Okay.
Then she said, "Aur yaad bhi rakhna, remember also, because everyone is born.
But yes.
How would she know where her child is?"
Okay.
So I said, "Dekhi jayegi. We'll see about it."
So
I couldn't promise I'll remember.
No, your mother wanted you to remember them again. You remember us all the time. You told You nodded your head. Yes, I will come back.
To remember, after coming back, to remember where you were and all that.
She has given in a way.
So that they can know where the daughter is.
In a way, she has suggested
That is it.
that you remember us wherever you are born. Again you come back, like that she told. So that shows a suggestion by a mother with a heart full of love at the time of death has underwent transformation into an action so that you are able to remember in the next life. And for that her call, now in the next life you are able to meet them.
Right.
Okay, very good.
So now I tell you from this life.
Yes, from this life.
I was born in Nasik
Nasik,
to Punjabi parents.
Punjabi parents.
And I was in my grandfather's, maternal grandfather's house.
Punjabi means which profession?
Punjab. But
Six,
no,
not six.
no.
Ah.
My mother
Brahmins.
and father, they lived, Brahmins.
Brahmins.
In Sikhs also we have Brahmins.
Yes.
But
So you mean to say in the past life you are Vaishya.
Vaishya.
In this life you are a
Brahmin.
Brahmin family. What was your father in this life?
He was a document expert.
Document
and
expert.
He worked in Delhi.
Delhi.
So my mother and father lived in Delhi.
Delhi.
And he was so good in his work that Sardar Patel offered him a job
Ah.
after independence.
Ah.
So he refused. These Brahmins, no, I don't want to work under anyone.
Yes.
So the salary was higher than the MP's salary.
MP salary at that time.
At that time, he was to be given one bungalow in Delhi with a car service and all that, driver, and one in Simla.
Yes.
That was how the English also worked, no? He refused. So, but he was doing it on his own.
One.
And then he fell sick.
Sick. Ah.
Very, it was bad. My mother and father went to Bareilly, where my paternal family was. His mother...
Bareilly means Raebareli.
UP. No, not Raebareli.
Okay.
Bareilly.
Bareilly.
It is in UP. And my father's mother, father, brothers, their wives, everyone.
All those things.
Yeah.
Your family.
And my
family.
his sister. They were all in Bareilly.
Okay, Bareilly. Okay.
But he didn't like it there. He then asked my mother to call her father and take him to Nasik.
Nasik.
So they came to Nasik.
Nasik.
And
in the Nasik you are born.
Yes, I was born in Nasik. And 40 days after my birth, my father died. So now my aunt, my mother's sister, she was in Nairobi. She was a teacher there.
Nairobi, Africa. Okay.
So she arranged for a job for my mother. As it is, she had that Gurukul experience. She wasn't a teacher in Gurukul, but she was studying and she would look after. There was a class 8, which was a rowdy class. No one could control them, but my mother controlled them. So any difficult task, the Gurukul would give it to her.
She was a troubleshooter.
And whenever the principal had gone for donations, because it ran on donation, so that time my mother used to work as acting principal.
Principal, okay.
So now my aunt had suggested this post for her, and she needed a visa for it, which was called permit. At that time it was called permit.
Permit, okay.
For permit she came to Delhi. The house was there. She didn't give up that house for 4-5 years more. And there she met her principal of Gurukul. I'm telling you how I came to meet my parents.
Past life parents.
Past life parents.
So your mother was in Gurukul.
She was studying in Gurukul before marriage. Before she got married.
Before marriage, your mother was studying,
in Gurukul.
In Gurukul. And in the Gurukul was under the control of your
of her principal. Acharya Vidyavati Seth. She was the first BA from UP. So she said, you're going to Nairobi, it's okay, but you come, we have started another school, and the anniversary functions are around the corner, like 2-3 days later. Okay, before this, I started speaking at 15 months of age.
15 months?
At the age quite early.
At the age of 15 months, that is 1 year, 3 months?
This was in Nasik, yeah.
That in Nasik, okay.
And I used to say, "Meri koti hai, mujhe meri koti pe le chalo." Koti means a big house.
Big house.
And then, I mean, my uncle, once he shouted at me, he said, "Have you seen yourself? Kahan se aa gayi koti? From where did you get the koti?" They didn't understand, but and my mother thought, I used to say, "Meri koti hai, badi dur hai, Dehradun mein hai." So my mother thought that Dehradun word has got stuck to her. She asked me, "Kahan hai? Bombay mein hai, Ludhiana mein hai, Delhi mein hai?" I would say, "No, Dehradun mein hai."
Dehradun mein hai, okay.
So, I mean, that kept going till I was 2 years and 9 months old.
2 years, 9 months.
Yeah, we came to Delhi for mother's permit.
So almost 1 to 1.5 years you are
just talking,
remembering about these things. Okay. These memories were coming to you. Okay.
So once someone asked something from my mother and she said, "Nahi hai, to ghar mein nahi hai." I said, "Hai, mere ghar mein hai." And mother was like, you put her down. She's telling lies. She said, "Kahan hai?" Said, "Mere ghar mein hai, Dehradun mein hai." Like that. So, okay, then because her principal asked her to come to Dehradun, and I was also ranting about Dehradun, so we came to Dehradun. 2 days, 3 days later was the anniversary function.
Function there.
And my mother was the president of this place. That mother.
Past life mother was the president of that function.
Of the school.
School. President of the school. Now you went there with present life mother. You as a child you went there. The function. What happened there?
Then there also I just kept saying, "Meri koti hai, I've got lychees, bahut achhi lychees hai in my house. Somebody got lychees." I said, "Mujhe koti mein le chalo."
What is the definite meaning of koti?
Koti is a huge big house.
Big house. Oh, my bada घर का लेको चलो there.
That house was in 40 bighas. 40 bighas. Huge big place.
Big estate. Big house.
Estate.
And almost it is a jungle.
No, there we grew, wheat also was grown. The far end.
Yes.
There was.
So all type of agricultural were there.
But that was not the. Agriculture was not the profession or anything. It was because it's lying there. Okay, do it. So koti means only your living quarters.
Okay.
Where we had cows, we had buffaloes, we had the servant quarter was there.
Okay.
Like that. So then my mother had to come there because she was the president. The function was there that day.
That day function was there, your mother has to come because she was the president, and that mother is the past life mother.
Past life mother.
Yes, now tell me. Okay.
So the car came in, I remember that. That I remember now. I said, "Wo dekho meri car." I didn't see the people sitting in. Then my mother came out. I said, "Wo dekho meri bhabhi." Look, that is my mother. Bhabhi, we used to call her Bhabhi. So when I followed Bhabhi wherever she went, a Havan was organized. So she sat for the Havan. They used to.
Havan. Okay.
So I went and I sat next to her. I put my head on her knee and I kept playing with her sari, dhoti. And then my sister was also there with her 2 daughters. My mother, this life mother
or past life?
This life mother. I was there busy with my past life mother.
Okay.
My mother asked my sister, have you lost any Bua? Bua is father's sister.
Father's sister, Bua.
Because
Sodratte, alva?
Because she's calling your mother Bhabhi. Now my sister knew why I'm calling her Bhabhi, because we all used to call my Bua, my Chacha, they all used to call her Bhabhi.
Bhabhi.
So we also started calling her Bhabhi. So then she called me, my sister called me. She said, baby, you know me? तुम मुझे जानती हो? I said, हाँ. कौन हूँ मैं? Who am I? I said, तुम छोटो हो. तुम कौन हो? She asked me, who are you?
That is your
My sister asked
the younger sister.
asked me,
I am Chotu. So
who are you?
I think you have told your mother also at the time of death. You asked me to come back.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But
okay.
I remembered because of that.
Remembers that. Okay.
So she said, तुम कौन हो? I said, मैं मुन्नू हूँ.
Munnu, your elder sister. Okay.
So she took me aside and she kept asking me questions and I rattled answers. Now no one knows what transpired between the two. Me and my sister. Because there was no one else and I don't remember.
Your younger sister was elder at that time.
She had two children.
Two children. And you are like her small kid.
I was 2 years and 9 months.
9 months.
And her daughter, one daughter was 2 years older than me, the other was 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
So then when everything, the function got over, my sister told my mother, her mother, that Bhabhi, ho na ho, ye Munnu hai. Whether you believe or not, she's Munnu.
ಆವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮದ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮದ ತಂಗಿ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕ ಇದ್ದರು, ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಮುನ್ನಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅವರೇ ಇವರು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ದೆನ್ ಹೌ ಯುವರ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಮದರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್?
She said, ye kaise ho sakta hai? How is that possible? And she said, but I know this child loves me so much. And she started crying. She couldn't finish a sentence.
Oh, your younger sister? Mother.
Then, I mean, there were a whole lot of ladies around. This is something extraordinary happening.
It is happening. Why they are crying?
My sister asked for permission to take me home for 1 hour.
1 hour to verify these facts.
Mummy was not very keen on that.
Which
my mother? My mother.
This life, mother.
And she said, I mean, she had raised me with much manners, and I used to listen to her.
And very much.
And if she says, "Mujhe dukh hoga," so I would not do that work. But here, when she tried to say that, I didn't agree. I wanted to go. That is why I had come for.
So that means the present life mother.
She told me not to go.
Not to go because she don't want to leave her daughter. Because somebody's daughter, she is telling, I am going to lose my daughter.
Right.
In that sense, she was not interested.
And she
not only you. In our Punarjanma stories, every people who do that. Okay.
Yes. No, but everything that happened later was good for me. There was so much of friendship between the two mothers.
Afterwards.
So, and they said, we will bring her back in after, my sister said, in an hour's time. Now, all the ladies got after my mother to send me.
Something is, she is telling, nobody can understand. Let us verify. You send your daughter, what is there?
Yes.
So she told and she agreed afterwards. Okay.
Yes. On the way, we had to pick up my father. I just turned and I jumped out of the window of the car. Pitaji, I said, and I went. He sat in the car and he said, "Ye kiska bachcha pakad laiye? Whose child have you got?"
ಅವರ ತಂದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಮಗು ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ ಮಗು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಬಂದ್ರಿ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಬಂದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಓಕೆ.
So they and then my father said, "Arey, do you know me also?" I'm Sethji's servant. And I got angry. I said, why are you calling yourself servant? You are Seth. So anyway, then we reached the crossroad before the house. They stopped the car there and everyone got out. And they asked me, chalo, ghar chalo. Come, go, let's go home. And I ran into, I remember that also, into the gate. Inside, when I went there was some renovation done. I said, oh, ye to nahi. I was a little bewildered. It's not looking the same. They understood that they'd renovated a bit of it. They said, chalo, chalo, aage chalo. So I went up the stairs and I went here and there and I went to my room and I said, darwaza kholo. I remember I removed my shoes and I went into my room. There I went and I saw, ye drawing room ka pankha mere kamre mein laga diya. Then the family got thinking, yes, 7 years back, that was in the drawing room. And they changed it. And there I saw, it was a double room, you know, like this bay window, the bigger bay, and another bay, and the partition, and little bit of partition. So they made 2 rooms. So one was my sister's and one part was mine, but it was one room. So, and we had cupboards on either side. So there, I mean, my cupboard of books was there, and then a small jewelry box was there, children's jewelry box.
Your jewelry box of the past life was there.
Yeah. So then I couldn't open it. I said, open this. They said, we didn't find the key to it. Ever since you've gone, we haven't found the key to it. So it's just lying. I said, oh, that is lying in my history book.
History book.
So
Then you went to the...
there only same cupboard. I removed
You opened the cupboard and got the history book. In the history book, the key was there.
It was there and I opened it and like that.
Then they were very much able to convince...
Not only that, they just kept, my mother mainly. My sister was convinced from the beginning. But my father also. But my mother, she kept examining me. You know, it was such a rich family.
Yes. Somebody commented.
They found me there with a widowed mother and Punjabi mother. People were coming from Pakistan. So, some refugee, they thought could be, I mean, they didn't think, but some people tell me like that. So we were never refugees. In Punjab also, we were from this side, near Ludhiana, there's a district called Khanna, and near Khanna, within Khanna, there is a small village. We were from there. And my Nana, my Nana, because I was brought up in my mother's family. You know?
Mother's family? In this life?
In this life.
Okay.
So anyway, what was I telling you? So my mother kept, last birth mother, she kept taking, you know, she showed me pictures. And where I am in a sari and my cousin, her sister's daughters in my lap. She said, oh, just see, this is you. She was, that was a 2-year-old child. I said, no, I'm in the sari blouse. This is Mausiji's daughter. Pragya, I gave a name also. So then they showed me my baby picture. I said, this is when I was young. Like that. Then,
so, your mother was cross-examining and showing somebody photo whether you are there. So, just to know the truth. Then you definitely told, no, I am not that. I am this.